What's going on, everyone? You are watching Brian with BB's Vlogs and Adventures, and today I have a special type of Goatman's video I'm going to give you. So in my last video, I actually spoke of townspeople and I gave some names. The last name that I had mentioned in my last Goatman's video was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Henderson Murphy. Mr. Murphy was the gentleman that built the first general store in 1855, as well as the first and only hotel of Old Alton. You might ask, why, BB? Why are we talking about this Henderson Murphy guy again? His name is important to this video. To prove some relevancy information, I will be investigating his spirit along with another spirit that's out here that's very, very important. Who is it, BB? Who is it? Sam Bass. Yes, I know. I did a video before on Sam Bass years ago. I took us to a place in Richland Hills, and I believe that there is loot that could be possibly found of Sam Bass because he took two guys up to this mountain and basically shot them. And he was carrying loot that day. That video, whenever I made it, it was a little bit boring. I was just getting into YouTube. So therefore, the title is what got it so many views. I kind of clickbaited the title. I'm going to admit that. I don't know why I did it. It wasn't meant to be like that, but it did happen like that. But see, I've done also a video where I have gone out to San Antonio, and I've done a video on what I have a theory on why David Crockett survived the Alamo siege. And I believe that Davy Crockett did. If you want to go check that one out, that was about a year and a half or so later after I did the video on Sam Bass over in Richland Hills. You can see how much better I got then. Hopefully you can see how much better I'm getting now, because I feel better and more comfortable behind the camera talking with you all. So at the end of the day, all I have to say is, do I still believe in Sam Bass hiding his loot on Cummings Avenue in Richland Hills, Texas? Yes, I do. Do I believe that Davy Crockett survived the siege of the Alamo? Yes, I do. But let's talk about Sam Bass now. Why are we doing a video here at Goatman's Bridge on Sam Bass? So let's just give a little bit of a summary of what's going on with Sam Bass, who he is, and if you don't already know. Samuel Bass was born on July 21st, 1851, and he was orphaned at an early age. He was raised by his aunt and his uncle. Then he turned 18 years old and went out on his own. Bass then took up something very criminal. He joined a gang of outlaws. This gang pulled off one of the most expensive train robberies in Union Pacific history. September 19, 1877, Collins's gang, which Bass was in, held up a Union Pacific train. That gang got away with $60,000 in $20 gold coins. They also got away with $10,000 in money and in jewelry taken from the passengers on that train. Back then, that equaled to about, to this day, what was it that I remember? It was $340 million. That's how much would be today if you were thinking about the loot that Sam Bass had actually robbed throughout his time of being an outlaw. After the robbery, the gang had split. Sam formed a new gang from the local Denton area. We are in Denton, now, right here at Goatman's Bridge. I mean, basically, if you watched any of my other Goatman videos, then you would know that Denton is here, Denton County. If you're thinking about the city of Denton, you're just I can't whistle, you know, just a little bit that way. She's trying to whistle, the birds are whistling for me. But, yeah, Denton. Now, there's a fork that comes to Denton, and it goes out to Dallas, which is probably back in that direction, which we'll show y'all a little bit later. And then, just to let y'all know, another city that I'll be talking about is Round Rock, Texas, which is way down south towards San Antonio, which is San Antonio, I'll mention, which is way down south, probably about 4 hours from here. And then there is a Tyler, Texas. Now, that's part of Dallas, but it's kind of far northeast from here, far northeast. I don't know why they would have done it like that, but they did, which we'll get into here in just one moment. Going back to what Sam knew, his new gang started robbing stagecoaches and trains. In April of 1878, a man by the name of Major John Jones of the Texas Rangers dispatched a troop under the command of J. Peake. He dispatched them into Dallas to capture them. Sam was known as the General, and his crew escaped capture even though there was over 200 men searching. One shootout was when the men were retreating from Dallas and they got here to the fork in Denton, here around Old Alton Bridge. Many of the locals that were here at Old Alton actually considered Sam Bass as the Robin Hood. Basically the Robin Hood of the neighborhood, let's say. Because he was generous. He was with the locals, and he often would pay for services with $20 gold pieces. This later would backfire on the locals because anybody who befriended Bass were rounded up and imprisoned and taken to Tyler, Texas, which is far northeast. I don't know why that far. But okay, this is where Mr. Murphy comes in. The guy that I was talking about in the beginning of the video there. Mr. Murphy's second son, by the name of Jim Henderson, joined Bass. When we say second son, I think that means like stepson. But Jim Henderson was Mr. Murphy's second son, which I would say second son. Okay, good enough. That's what I know him as from reading. But Jim Henderson had joined Bass's gang, along with a guy named Fred Jackson, Seaborn Barnes, Arkansas Johnson, Sam Pipes, Albert Herndon, and Thomas Spotswood. All these names were all wanted outlaws. And if I was to put wanted outlaws, it would be bold. Wanted outlaws. Sam and gang were getting tired of the constant fighting and the relentless chase from the Texas Rangers. So they headed south to San Antonio, where they would hopefully hide out for a little while. Later comes a raid where Jim and his father were taken into custody, and Jim was sent to Tyler, Texas, and his father was sent here to Denton County Jail. Mr. Henderson, his father, had become very ill, and part of his deal for his father's release was that he would become an informant to the Texas Rangers and local government. July 19th, 1878, Sam Bass, Jackson, Barnes, and Murphy, the informant, headed to Round Rock, Texas, which is just north of San Antonio. And that's where they were going to rob a bank. They had plans to rob a bank. Little did Sam know, Jim had already written a letter that informed Major Jones where they were going, what they were going to do, and what they were up to. They entered a store close to a bank so that they could buy some tobacco. Sheriff A.W. Grimes attempted to unarm the gang, and the shootout ensued. After the shootout, the deputy and Barnes were both shot and killed, and Bass was badly wounded, and Jackson helped him back up on his horse as they escaped. A few days later, on Bass's 27th birthday, would become Bass's death day, as he died from the wounds from that shootout. Jim Murphy was labeled as a traitor to the Denton County residents, basically for betraying Sam Bass. And then Jim had died later a horrible death due to poisoning. I believe Sam Bass hid his treasure pretty much throughout North Texas. I don't think he put it all in one place. I mean, who would do that nowadays? Who would do that back in the old days? I also think that this riverbed that I'll show you here in a minute would be a great place to hide gold coins. What do you think? You tell me. Now, in Round Rock, Texas, they say that Sam Bass had hid loot in a hollow tree. But until this day, nobody's claimed to have found any loot from Sam Bass. Now, some of you like the history, stories, the theories, and many don't want to watch what I'm about to do. But this place comes with a lot of haunted history, dark haunted history at that. So why not try to summon up the spirit of Sam Bass and simply ask, maybe, where did he loot? How much easier could it be if he puts an X on, marks an X on the spot for us? That happens, I'm digging. But you know what, if I dig and find loot, by doing what I'm about to do with the Spirit Box and Spirit Talker app, the science behind the paranormal would be more believable, I would think. I really do believe that hauntings happen mighty close to areas to where there's a high tolerance of violence. I'm always having fun when I come here to Old Alton's Bridge. Sometimes I've talked with Oscar, sometimes I've talked with the children, which I'll get to a little bit later, because the children's spirits are so cheerful. I always bring what I call a little bit of candy, you know, to kind of play around with the kids. I mean, because I seem to think that I get a whole lot of children that want to play. You can kind of feel the spirits around here whenever, the playful spirits, but they're mainly on this side of the bridge, not the other side of the bridge. I wanted to do this Sam Bass segment here, not only because Sam Bass was an outlaw, but apparently there is a question of, is Sam Bass a hero or a foe? So right now, we're gonna get ready and set up and do a Spirit Box app, and then we're also going to run the Spirit Talker for 14 phrases, words, see what we can get and summon up. But first, here in a minute, I'm actually going to turn the camera off and actually show y'all the bridge and just walk down it for a minute. So here I was, the wife is actually taking the tripod apart. Say hi. And as we walked up this morning, this is what's weird. We got this stick that's in the middle of the bridge, a paper bag. It looks like there's some kind of chips in there. It looks like somebody had some kind of candles out, because this says outdoor citronella candles. I mean, my question here is this one of those seances that had happened? I mean, it's been a while. It's been since August since I've been out here to Goatman's Bridge. I hope all the spirits kind of remember me because I was out here quite often last year. With that being said, I mean, this place gets cleaned up constantly, but yeah, I mean, this is what we walk up to this morning. My wife did say that she realized that there's a whole lot more locks on the bridge itself. I mean, love you, Goatman. Spirit, love you, deserve better. Whole bunch of hearts right here. Whole bunch of them. And this says play day. I respect your bridge, but then they write on it. And this, I mean, there you have it. I mean, there is a lot more blocks and stuff. Yeah, maybe it's a bass. Not the bass I'm talking about, but a sand bass. Yes. Anyways, so we're going to get started as we normally do. We're going to kind of sit by over here maybe to where there was a seance yesterday. But like I said, we only want to talk to the good spirits and the good spirits only. And that's who we're summoning up. Even though Sam Bass was an outlaw, he is dead. He's probably served his time. It's been well over 150 years, I think. 1871, almost 150 years. Well, it's been 150 years, yeah. So as we set up, we'll get started again. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to run the Spirit Talker and the Spirit app. There's no way of telling time. Not even on here.
No.
Well, we'll let this run for a little while. Now we're summoning Sam Bass and any of maybe the gang or Texas Rangers or anybody that may want to say anything. You know what, I'm going to pull this up closer because shit. That says shit. Ralph? I want the speaker closer to my chest. That way we can hear this. But my phone's down here and EMF reader is down here. So, who am I talking with? And my wife, she's got the Spirit Talker app on. So, is there anybody that wants to talk to me? Any children or anything that would like to say anything? I have candy. Mod.
Sound like not.
Charlie.
Out.
Said to help you. Trader. I'd say traitor.
Traitor or truth?
Year.
Oh shit.
Year came out of the spirit talker. Well, we're looking like anywhere between the 1850s and probably around 1920s. Leon? Did that just say exorcist?
I have no idea on that.
We don't want any bad spirits to talk to. We only want to talk to the good ones. The bad ones, y'all get y'all's chance. Well, the bad man can go away, because that's what it just said. The bad man's here. The bad man can go away, because that's who we'll be talking about on our next one. When we come out of here at night. We're going to give that man a chance. Not really. Marissa. Bible. Does anybody have anything to say? He's in the shadows, hiding in the shadows, the bad man, huh? Not much shadow, seeing that it's early in the morning. What did I do? Camouflage myself? Man, I need to calm down because I know what's coming. I only want to talk to someone like Sam Bass. Sam Bass, can you tell me where you hid your loot? Did you hide anything out here?
I don't want to talk.
Oh, you don't want to talk, Sam? I don't want to talk. That's what came out there. So maybe that would be Sam. Okay, well, I'll respect that, Sam. Thank you. I think you might be trying to hold something from us. Any of the doctors would like to speak. Look at this, police. Wow. Am I really talking to Sam Bass? Huh? Steve?
He's after you, not me.
What else would you like to say? Because we've summoned you, Sam Bass, and apparently some of the things that... Dirt? Help? Can you tell me how old you were whenever you passed away, Sam?
It's me they see.
It's me they see. It feels like I'm actually having a conversation with what the story I just talked about. Somewhat. How about any of the Daughtries? Can you make that EMF speaker spike up to a different color?
She will touch you.
She will touch you. And if it's a little girl, I know she'll touch because she likes to play. She knows I've got candy in my pocket. Is that Rebecca?
What? Is
Almost sound like
Atmos. Bob. Sam Bass, did you ever camp here? Can you tell me that?
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but knock. How many words is that? Okay, I'm going to turn the spirit talker app off. So we're going to stop this now. And then we're going to continue with the spirit talker app. Oh, we're not nasty.
we're not nasty.
I wonder if this is talking about the gang, maybe. That they're not really nasty. I know they probably did it as their job, but it was too criminal to be able to point guns at people and try to steal from people. But I heard you were generous, so I was kind of hoping that you would know that I would follow you a little bit as far as doing a lot of reading and stuff on you, and hope that maybe you would give me a clue of.
We have spoke before.
We have spoke before, really. Why does this feel like? It feels like this is really answering a lot of my. I have spoken to you, Sam? This is interesting. So you remember me? Cut.
Cod.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe it's Oscar.
Could be Oscar.
Because Cud, remember the rope?
I don't know, but anything else that you would like? What was it? Little?
A kid? That would be little.
I don't know. Like, am I talking to Rebecca? Rebecca Daughtry. So we're coming down to the end for you all to, a Jasper?
Jasper.
I don't know yet about a Jasper.
Jasper tree.
A Jasper tree?
There is a tree called Jasper.
Interesting. So maybe we should actually research that a little bit. A Jasper tree. Could it be in Round Rock? Last time I can actually hear you before we actually got to turn the Spirit Talker app on. Or off, I'm sorry. So, make this good, make it relevant. That's all I'm asking, is just a little bit of relevancy. The fish are jumping.
Yeah, I can't really see them. You just see the damn...
You don't see them really. They're too fast.
I know. Or it could be a guy's named Jasper.
Need help. Okay, so we'll stop the Spirit Talker app. So at this time, what we usually say is we tell all the spirits that we can't, you can't come with us. You have to stay here. We are the visitors, and you can't attach yourself to us or attach us to our equipment. This is ours for the taking, and thank you for talking with us. We do appreciate that, and we do respect that. We will be back out to do this again. Until then, thank you all. So I've made it down here to the water, the creek bed. I got out here at 6:33 a.m., which was exactly whenever it was supposed to be dawn. I can see a little fish that's down here. I don't know if I can capture that or not. And you can see it right there. I can see it. It's ready to feed on something. Anyways, I came down here. There's so many things like snakes and stuff like that. You got to be really careful of, because they call this Copper Canyon area because of a whole bunch of copperheads that are out here. They have very large ones. There's been very many incidents of people being bit by snakes out here. There's also big rattlers here, although I don't know if I'd actually see them right now because it is a little bit chilly this morning. I gotta watch all the leaves because all the leaves that I touch could be, I don't know what poison ivy looks like, I just know that I'm highly allergic. If I ever get poison ivy, I'll put myself on video and I'll let y'all know. In the meantime, I've made my way back up here. I'm gonna head towards the bridge. If you like my videos, please, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video with a friend, and leave a comment down below. I got the hiccups. Thank you all for watching.